mark. About the chip, which is the mark. I'm going to show you an actual photograph. This is an actual photograph. This is a diagram of the chip. So you better get hit.
Yeah, now you
better get hit when we speak about the chip. Get hip to the chip, or you might get whipped.
What's that? That's going in your arm, right?
This is one that goes. This is the actual thing they're gonna put in your forehead, which they're already doing. They're doing it with animals right now.
Yeah. And in your food you eat, at McDonald's and Burger King.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with it. Actually, they're gonna put that mark in there. In other words, this is gonna replace the money system. Right now, you can take out what's called paper money,
that's right,
currency, or you can use a debit card or a credit card. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna say, you know what?
You need that.
We're not gonna deal with it. In other words, what they might do too, they're planning on setting up a big economic crash where this society goes bankrupt.
Yeah.
They said the only way you can deal now is with this cashless society.
Yeah.
And for nobody to steal your credit card, we're gonna put the chip in your right hand or in your forehead. All right, and that's what they're planning on doing. All right, and here it is. Like I said, they already have the technology. That's an actual photograph of one of the chips that they plan on putting in. Whoever accepts it, your right hand or in your forehead.
Right. That's the chip right here.
That's the chip.
Hold it up high, brother.
So you better get hip.
You heard it here first. That's what you're going to be having in your hand.
Well, see?
In the book of Revelation.
That's your chip right
now, I'm
there.
going to read something.
For those of you that don't believe the Bible is accurate, the Bible speaks about
you're going to get a chip soon, brother.
Right, yeah, because he might be one of us. Now, let me read this, all right? It said, it is the same concept as the vehicle identification number, VIN, system for cars. Similarly, the biochip. Now, the word bio, anytime you hear the word bio, it means body, all right? Something to do with the human body, all right? Similarly, the biochip's number remains with individually implanted animals for life, allowing them to be traced, tracked, and controlled. Current state-of-the-art biochip, bio meaning the body, right? Transponders are encased in teeny glass tubes about the size of a grain of rice. It says the injectable transponder, a passive radio frequency tag. Okay?
Same thing as that thing they scan in the supermarket.
The same concept, all right? Now it says here, global economic system of the Antichrist, world dictator, a man whose number is 666, will call for just. Now, by the way, you got these people in the hip-hop world, if they want to make, there was a reason why 3-6 Mafia got that Oscar for that song. Because 3-6 Mafia, 3-6, it means 3 sixes. What is this guy that they said he got killed? Tupac? He came out with an album before he died, or supposedly it came out after he died. It was called Killuminati, Machiavelli. Now Machiavelli ties in, I'm not going to go deep into Machiavelli, but Machiavelli ties into this whole 666 system going back to the 1400s, all right? It says global economic system of the Antichrist, world dictator, a man whose number is 666, will call for just such an alphanumeric identification system. Such a planetary network will enable the Illuminati's New World Order, UN-controlled world government, to assign everyone on Earth a specific and unique ID number for tracking and control. So this brother mentioned about the Patriot Act to spy on you. Now they're going to really spy on you because they're going to go to the next act. Now the only way we can spy on you, because you can steal somebody's cell phone, we got to put this chip in you because you might be a terrorist. And if you say, I don't want to take the chip, that means you hiding something. So you got to know not to take this chip, even unto death.
Yeah.
If they're going to put you in jail, damn it, go to jail. If they're going to kill you, damn it, allow yourself to be killed?
Yeah, because they got a company called Halliburton, they got a $6 million contract to build detention centers.
Yeah.
Now the detention centers is just like jail.
A holding pen.
Those are for the people that don't want to accept the chip. If they come to you and they say, look, you better take this chip, and you say, no, I don't want the chip because I read in Revelations it's against God's law, they're going to throw your ass in that detention center.
But
And then that's also in the book of Revelation too, because it speaks about how the devil will cast some of you into prison. Because like I said, they got, matter of fact, they got a website, a FEMA website, and FEMA's, on that FEMA website, they got a list of all the detention centers all across America. In California alone, they got 6 newly built detention centers with nobody in there. What are those detention centers for? And they're keeping that out of the media. The average person don't even know about that. Those centers are for when all hell breaks loose and society breaks down, and the New World Order guys want control. They're going to throw certain people in those detention centers.
And yeah, you know what? Now, he just read out of Daniel, the 12th chapter, about there should be a time of trouble. You got a lot of patriots, them white people down south, that call themselves reading the Bible, and they read about this, and they go on websites like Alex Jones. Now, did you see that interview with Alex Jones on CNN?
Yeah.
I put CNN on, and they said, we're going to have, and I said, what? Alex Jones? And then they had him on, and they let him say whatever the hell he wants. He was on that thing for about 5 minutes. I said, they're going to cut him off. I said, they're going to cut him off. They let him keep talking. And then Alex Jones commended the guy. He said, I got to commend you guys. I got to commend you for having the guts to allow me on, because if I was on any other TV show or network, you would have cut me off. They let him say what he had to say, and then they moved on. And it was all centered around this thing. There was an interview with Alex Jones with Charlie Sheen, all right? Now, he could be a J, because he's Spaniard. He could be a J. So he's going, now it's all on the media that he's saying that the World Trade Center, that thing was all planned, that the president had something to do with it. You want to read something out of it? Because you familiar with it, you know, what points to hit.
Can I make one point?
Yeah.
That's why Jesus Christ, well, the world calls him Jesus Christ, but we now know his name is Yahweh Shai. That's why he said what? He said, watch as well as pray. Now, what are you supposed to be watching for? You're supposed to be watching for these signs, like...
You're supposed to be watching for the emergence of the beast in Revelation.
Right.
If you're curious to see the tricks of my sleeve, all you find is yours to keep. Brave, are you brave enough to meet the desires that you see? On my hand I'll set you free.
So I had a friend, Nick Rockefeller, okay, who was one of the Rockefeller family, and he, when I was running for governor in Nevada, he came to me, introduced himself to me through an attorney, and we became friends. We started talking about things, and I learned an awful lot from Mr. Rockefeller. And one of the things that we used to talk about was the ultimate plan of the banking industry, what they wanted to accomplish. And the goals of the banking industry, and not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world, they all work together. They're all central banks, and they're all part of the Communist Manifesto. You know, central banking is one of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time, we have a central bank that plans everything for us, right? And the graduated income tax is another plank of the Communist Manifesto, right? So right there, you have two major planks of the Communist Manifesto that have been brought in because of the Federal Reserve System, okay? So the ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one-world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union. right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do.
Everything is in there, you know? And so they want a one world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control people, and you become a slave. You become a serf to these people. That's their goal. That's their intentions.
Sistema ng pamahalang pangdaigdig. Doon talaga sa amin, nangyayari na talaga ito, 666. Yung mga tao, nasa baba, nagsigakyatan niya sa bundok, gawa ng hinahabol kami ng mga yung mga simbolo na nga ganito, mga 666. Lahat ng mga tao yan, bawat mahuhuli, meron silang tinatatak na parang bigas lang sa tapos sa loob doon talaga, makikita mo talaga, tapos bawat ng nila dito, may simbolo talaga dito sila, 666. Kaya, simula noon, lahat ng mga tao doon sa amin, nagsigakyatan sa bundok, yung iba, lumuwas na rito.
Taga saan po kayo, kuya?
Yung talaga namin, Negros, Cebu. Sa Negros, yung probinsya ko. Yung asawa ko, taga Cebu. Doon kami nagkita-kita sa Cebu, gawa ng nagtrabaho ako ng bikir, panadero. Doon sa ibang mga tao na kagaya niya, wala pang kaalaman sa ganito. Sa ngayon pa lang, masasabi ko talaga, itong simbolo na to ay totoo talaga. Once na natataka na kayo rito, ang ibig sabihin niyan, mamayari na kayo sa sa tawag nito, yung sa kanila.
Saan mo kuya yung 666 nakalagay mismo dun sa
Oo, nakalagay mismo sa maliit na parang bigas.
Nakalagay mismo siya.
Dito na sa tapos once na iturok to sa'yo, naturok na sa'yo, no?
Oo.
Tapos pagkaturok sa'yo, dito lalagyan ka pa dito.
Lalagyan
Simbolo
pa
talaga,
din.
666.
So meron tao mga nakalagay na sa
Oo, itim.
Ala.
Kaya yung iba, yung
Parang tato. Malaki.
Hindi, ganyan, magtakbuhan kami, no?
Oo. Kitang-kita po.
Once na mahuli na yan, 666 yun, parang wala ka ng malay. Once na natataka ka na. Kasi ka na nila eh, kumbaga pag sa ka na, hinawakan na nilang yung compute sa'yo eh.
Oo.
Bawat yung iutos nilang masama sa'yo, ginagawa mo.
Parang robot.
Parang control ka na nila. Na once na ganito sabihin, yan, gawin mo yan, patayin mo yan, ganyan, makaya mo na kasi kontrolado ka na nila kung ano.
Ngayon po ba nandun pa rin yung
Oo, palagi yung mano sa amin doon.
Kuya kayo.
My name is Kathleen Gary, and I'm a resident of DeKalb County, and I'm also one of the people in Georgia who has a microchip. And I've been talking to the different legislators and trying to get help in trying to outlaw this the implants. I want to speak particularly on the medical issue of the microchip that she mentioned. And I just got a few things. Microchips, they infringe on issues that are fundamental to our very existence. They're our rights to privacy, our rights to body integrity, the right to say no to foreign objects being put in our bodies, specifically the right to refuse microchips being put in our bodies by the government, or anyone else, the right not to be tortured in our homes by these microchips being scanned by electronic devices that is happening, and to activate these microchips, the right to work without being tortured by co-workers who are activating these microchips by using their cell phones and other electronic devices, our right to just live work, worship, attend school, attend church services without being further torture from these microchips. It's actually torture. It's just not just a little implant that you put in. You're actually tortured by these microchips. When they are scanned, they cause the body all kinds of problems.
Let me ask Ms. Gary this. Who implanted this in you?
I feel like mine is...
You don't know who did it?
Yes. I'm one of the federal government research with this microchip.
And who in the federal government is implanting
This is the Department of Defense.
Brain-machine interfaces, a technology that marks the beginnings of a new kind of man, the cyborg, the robot man. Neuro-robotic technology can be applied in different directions. The brain controlling the machine, or, inversely, the machine controlling the brain. In the process of creating a cyborg, this is square one. If we send a stimulus to the zone related to the hand, we create a sensation in that area. In the same way, via the motor cortex, we can provoke an involuntary movement. In Boston, the first machine-brain interface trials have already been conducted on paraplegic patients. Thanks to an electrode chip called the BrainGate, they can operate a computer remotely by thought. So it's no coincidence that these researches are partly funded by DARPA, the U.S.'s defense research agency. Neuroscience will bring us the soldier of the future.